your breath. Make a wish. Count to 3. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world. There's nothing to it. No life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there you'll be free if you truly wish to be. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world. There's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. I love you.
Hello, Sonder fam. Welcome. Happy Friday. My name is Bailey Grady. I am dialing in from Nashville, Tennessee, or just north of it, where we have had some snow. Probably our only one of the year, definitely our first one. We'll see. Seems like a lot of you all got some snow. So, for those of you who enjoy it, congratulations. For those of you who are hoping it will move on soon, I think ours are going to melt tomorrow. So, we'll see. But I'm super excited to be with you all here tonight. For those of you who have not done a social with me before, I have been with Silk and Sonder getting the journals since about March of 2020, just before the pandemic. I got them to help with my anxiety, and thankfully they did that and a whole lot more. And so here I am. So we are going to be doing a vision board tonight, a dream life exercise, and some other good fun stuff. Before we get started, be sure that you do have your journal with you. If your journal hasn't come in yet or something, that's totally fine. You can use a big piece of paper, poster board, whatever works for you for this evening. Don't panic. Be sure that you have your favorite pens and pencils and stickers and washi tape and whatever it is that you want to use to create with tonight. If you want to use magazines, that's great, but I'm going to give you some other alternatives for your vision board. So if you don't, that is totally fine as well. Please be sure that you've got your chat set to everyone. One of our favorite parts about these events is getting to see you all interact with each other and share. And if you don't have your chat set to everyone, then not everyone will get to see what you have to say. So be sure that you do that. As always, or as is becoming a tradition here, if you attend a Sonder Social, you are automatically entered in our gift raffle. So somebody this month, at the end of the month, will win a nice little self-care package from Silk and Sonder. So by attending tonight, you are automatically entered. So without further ado, let's get started. So as you all know by now, this month's theme is imagination. I think I was thinking about this, and I really think imagination can be tough for us as adults because it sort of feels like something that's afforded only in childhood when time and possibility feels sort of like infinite. And we're often afraid to imagine as adults as if like doing so is like signing a contract with ourselves, right? Like if I dream it, I have to make it happen. And so we tend to like box ourselves in, and we assume that we're not good at imagination. But, imagination is really sort of a combination of visualization and creativity without limits. And most of us use those skills in our daily lives. Like you definitely have visualized how that couch is or is not going to fit in your home, right? Or you've thought about what that beach vacation is going to feel like when you finally get to go. In terms of creativity, I mean, figuring out what to wear each day can be creative, making dinner, problem solving. So when you break it down into those smaller bits, you can kind of start to see, okay, imagination feels weird, but I can visualize and I can be creative. So really all you have to do is put those things together and then remove any kind of box or barriers or anything that's saying like, oh, well, that'll never happen, or like, oh, but how would I ever get there? Because part of imagination is just being whimsical and allowing yourself to dream and think about it. When you were, 5 years old, you probably didn't put as many limits on yourself as you do now. And you probably also didn't put the same amount of pressure on yourself, right? So try to let go of that and really experience that, because the thing is, yeah, not everything that you imagine may come to fruition. But before something can happen, we do have to start thinking about it. And so by granting ourselves that permission to dream and be fun and be wild, we're exercising that muscle so that hopefully we can start to dream about things and actually make concrete steps to make them happen, right? It's all about inspiring ourselves and being allowed to do that limitlessly. So I hope all of you can lean into that and maybe imagination feels a little bit less scary. And I think our first exercise tonight will sort of help with that too. So again, this evening, we are going to be doing an imagination activity. We are going to be doing the dream life exercise on page 21. Switched it up a little bit here. And then we're going to be creating a vision board on page 19 and then closing out our event. So let's get started with our first activity. All right. So, first activity tonight is ice cream mountain. Like, what? Like, I mean, when was the last time you thought about something like that? I remember being a kid, and I'm pretty sure the first time I wished upon a star, I wished that the whole school would turn to ice cream. So that's what this makes me think of. So you're just going to turn to a blank page in your journal or pull out a blank piece of paper, whatever works for you. And go ahead and draw a mountain of ice cream. Get as crazy or creative as you like with that. And then in each scoop, write one thing or goal you've imagined for yourself. You could get long term, just for this month, whatever you like. And then you're going to circle the ice cream scoop that you want to focus on specifically this month or year, and then write some steps of what you're going to do to get there. And as you can see, I decided to make one of my ice cream mountains chocolate flavored. I tried to turn it into moose tracks, but unfortunately ice cream soft serve shares a shape with something else. So y'all don't judge, right? This is a safe space. Don't judge my not what it looks like scoop over there. But also don't be afraid, right? Like, as you can see, that did not go as planned, but it's still here. I'm still sharing it with you, and it's still fun. This is supposed to be fun. So have fun with it, get creative, get colorful. I'm going to put on some music for you guys, and we'll come back together in a few minutes. All righty. So I know some of you may still be working on this. That's totally fine. We have 2 other activities to get to tonight, and I want to make sure you have plenty of time to work on your vision board. So I am going to go ahead and move on, but you do not have to stop working on this. You can work on it while I'm doing my talks. You can come back to it later tonight. I absolutely want to see your fun ice cream mountains in Sonder Club. So definitely take a picture and post them because I want to see them all. If I can show you guys my not what it looks like mountain, you can be brave enough to show me what you did tonight. So the next thing we are going to do is the Dream Life activity on page 21. So go ahead and turn to page 21 of your journal. If you don't have your journal, that's okay. We're going to have the prompt on the screen, so any piece of paper will work just fine. But we are going to move into our Dream Life activity to hopefully, again, it's sort of like a second warm up, right? Like all building up to that vision board, trying to get ready. And as you're continuing to sort of work that imagination muscle, just anytime you feel yourself putting limits on or saying, I don't know if I'll get there, or this seems like a pie in the sky, like dream, that's good. That's great. That's the whole point of this. Right? Like, obviously, we want to achieve a lot of these things, but it's also okay if you're not sure how that's ever going to happen right now. This is all about just letting go, having fun, and putting this out into the universe so that we can visualize and dream and hopefully visually figure out how to get there. So, on page 21, we want to get clear what you want for your life to look like. Who will you be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? The trick, again, is not to tie any timelines, any limits. It's dream big. It may happen a month from now, 10 years from now, who knows, right? Just let that imagination run wild. Let your mind be free and just let go and dream. So you can see here on mine, I did some like practical things of like where I want to go in my career, but also like who I want to be as a person and kind of how I want to feel in life, maybe some attributes I want, things I want to do was really easy. I think the easiest part for me was the have section. So if there's one section that feels easier for you, start there. There's no rules. You don't have to start with one box or the other just because of where it is on the page. Just pick whatever is easiest for you, start there. I know when I started with the have section, that seemed to make the do section easier. And then the be section, which was the hardest for me, is what I was able to kind of come back to in the end. But ultimately, like everything that we do here in Silk and Sonder, in our Sonder fam and in our journals, this is for you. This journal is not for anybody else. It's completely for you and whoever you decide to share it with. If that is your fellow Sonder community, or you decide to never share it with anybody, that's your prerogative. So don't be afraid to write down on the page, like just get it out there and speak it into the universe and dream without limits. So I'm going to put on some music for you again, and then I'll see you in just a little bit. right. So just like before, if you're not done, that is totally fine. You can come back to this later. If this didn't feel good right now, that's okay. You can come back to it later, or if it never feels good, that's also fine. If stuff in the journal doesn't work for you, it's totally fine to leave it, do something else, come back to it later. The first year that I had my journals, I didn't fill out every page. Absolutely not. I did what worked for me, and I still got so much benefit out of it. So don't feel pressured to fill in every single page if it's not feeling right. Just let it go, and hopefully you can come back to it later. I wanted to share a few things that I saw people buzzing about in the chat. So Jackie shared that they want to be their own best friend. I love that. I think that is an amazing goal we could all aspire to. Laura said that they want to ask for help when they need it, which is also a very important thing and something that's hard for a lot of us to do. Kelly said that they want to volunteer to hold babies in the NICU, which is so precious. I always forget about that being an opportunity, and now I want to add it onto my list. Evangeline shared that they want to have a car, a dog, a bigger apartment, or maybe a house, a craft room, a four-pedal loom. You'll have to tell me if I said that right, Evangeline. Mental health stability, an apartment on a ground floor. I love that list. I love how big it is. I love like the specifics of some of that. And I hope that you can make some of that happen. Cornelia said to have space within me in relationships, property. I think that's a whole thing that you could build a vision board off of all on its own, just that feeling, that statement of to have space. Sandra shared that they retired last year, so they want to find a new purpose, volunteer work to do in community, which I think is super important. And I know that if you're seeking it out, you will find it. And then Katrina shared that they want to be strong and healthy, be an art therapist, which sounds amazing, and do the tour of Boston history. Boston is on my list. I have not been to Massachusetts yet. And as you can see, I want to travel to all 50 states. So you'll have to let me know how that tour is. All right. So we are going to move on to the vision board. I want to make sure that you all have plenty of time for this. So the vision board is on page 19 of the journal, but if it's too small for you, you can grab a bigger piece of paper. If you want to make a poster board, you go for it. You want to use multiple pieces of paper, that's totally fine. If you just want to use this time to chat and brainstorm and kind of see what other people are doing and then build your vision board out this weekend, that's also totally fine. We want to give you guys the time to do this now if that's what you want to do, but it's also fine if you're like, you know, I want to wait and kind of see what ideas I get and kind of flesh it out and then do it later. Again, there are no rules here. So a vision board helps us to stay focused and motivated to reach any goal we can imagine. You can draw, sketch, attach pictures of things that remind you of your goal and how you will achieve it. Anything that makes you feel a certain way towards your goal as well. So I can tell you all, this is sort of how I tackled my vision board. So every year I pick like a word for the year to focus on, and I'm a nerd. And I love Harry Potter. And so for the last couple of years, I have decided to pick a word that correlates to a character, because I found that for me, being able to think about that attribute in a person, and especially a fictional person, has been really helpful for me. So this year, my word is determined, like Harry Potter, the guy himself. And I had written out sort of my goals for the year and my different categories, and then from there, built out my vision board. So again, if you're not exactly sure what you want to do for your vision board yet, you can still go ahead and write down the goals, and then you can cover them up later with stickers or printed out pictures or magazine things, or you can just write it out. There's nothing that says it has to be pictures, right? If words speak to you, use words. It's also totally fine to doodle and do your own like exercises and your own little like creations here. So, but I took this as a starting point. And then I used Microsoft Paint, because I'm fancy, to sort of like layer different images on top here. And then I printed this out and like pasted it into my journal, and it's teeny, teeny, tiny in my journal. So I just went ahead and like save the image here so that you guys could see better kind of how it all correlates. Like I want to renovate my bathroom, because I did my vision board based on my goals for this year, right? But you can do your vision board based on this month if you want to. You can do it based on just no limit, right? Like you can think about that dream life exercise that we just did, or that ice tree mountain, and say, you know what? I want to be reminded of what it feels like to like dream without those limitations and without that pressure. And I want to look at this for a longer period of time. So you can do this for the whole year, for this month, or for forever, for until it is complete, or until you're ready to make a new vision board, right? So again, because mine's based on the year, I want to remodel my bathroom. I'm hoping to achieve more mindfulness. I am going to try to be a morning person. We'll see about that, guys. I'm going to try to read 12 books. I used to be a big reader and have fallen off. So I'm trying to get back in the habit. My husband and I are doing a vow renewal. I want more kitty cuddles. I want to focus on my health and my lifestyle. I want to disconnect from that phone a little bit more. I'm hoping to get better at and fancier with Excel. Get better sleep, drink more water, visit Disney, of course, and then see some friends of ours that live up in Oregon. So I'm going to give you all plenty of time to work on your vision board. Again, don't feel pressured to do this all right now if you don't feel like doing it. But I would love to hear in the chat, like how you're building this out, what you're deciding to do, what some of your goals are, or like how you're creating that vision, right? And again, like I think going back to what Cornelia said about to have space, right? Like if you wanted to create a vision board around that, that's like a feeling for me. So it doesn't have to be as concrete as mine with like, oh, here's a bathroom because I want to do my bathroom rental. You could do wide open spaces, something that gives you that feeling of that idea, right? All right, so I'm going to stop talking and put on some music so you guys can have some fun. friends. Well, it is that time, if you can believe it. Thank you all so much for coming tonight and sharing in the chat, especially. It seems like everybody sort of went totally different directions with this. I saw people using magazines, people using Canva, checking out Pinterest, people using words, which again is totally fine. This is all about what speaks to you. Some of you decided to focus on this year like I did. Some of you decided, oh, you know what? Doing one every month sounds great. That's a lot easier. I can make it a very clear vision and then change it up. And then some of you are just making almost more of a mood board. Like, how does this feel in life now? Where do you want to feel in that next stage of life and trying to get there? These are all about inspiration. So awesome, awesome job to all of you that started working on this. And if you didn't start working on it tonight, that's okay. Again, hopefully you got plenty of ideas and you're going to tackle this over the weekend. I cannot wait to see all of your vision boards in Sonder Club. So if you haven't downloaded Sonder Club yet, you can do so right now using the QR code on your screen. That is our exclusive Silk and Sonder app where we can all get together and chat and kind of continue this fun time here. So I definitely want to see all of your vision boards there. And of course, at the end of every event, we send you a survey. You'll get it in your email like within the next 24 hours. But again, you can use that QR code to go ahead and get started right now. Please fill it out. I know it's like every time you do something now, somebody wants your feedback. But seriously, y'all, this event would not exist right now if it were not from the feedback of our members. We have iterated what we offer for the community so much over the last not even quite a year. And where we are today is a direct, it's directly because of what you all suggest in these surveys. So if you love something about tonight, let us know. If there's something you would like to, look differently, let us know that too. We welcome all of it. So with that, I hope this was a wonderful kickoff to your weekend, and I will see you all in Sonder Club.
I saw her face. I'm a believer, and not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. I thought love was more or less a given thing. The more I gave, the less I got. What's the use of trying? All you get is pain. When I wanted sunshine, I got rain. And then I saw her face.